Okay, Javier, question that you had posed was, how do you basically, what would be some of the tactics that I would do if I was an outgoing individual? I enjoyed meeting new people. I enjoy talking to strangers when it comes to moving to a new network and so a new city. So this is going to happen to a lot of people that they might go to college to a different city. Even if you grew up in a different city, you're trying to reframe the mind of different individuals. But let's have this focused on you are new to a complete city. There's not any family members that are there, maybe some long lost cousins, but ultimately it's just you on your own making things happen. So what's going to happen here is you're going to want to be able to make sure that you do activities networking wise that's going to help you meet socially and professionally different kinds of people. So if I'm right out of college in my young 20s or even 30s and I find myself in a new city, what I'm going to do is I'm going to partner up with a local chamber of commerce, and I'm going to partner up with the Young Professionals organization. Typically these are aimed at people under the age of 40. They're typically go-getters just like myself. They have the same kind of energy. They want to be able to leave a lasting impact. Professionally, they want to be able to network with the who's who of a community. And then I would be able to get to know those individuals. I would look at on a Chamber of Commerce or even on a Young Professionals organization, the new member committee. I want to get to that committee because then I'm going to be introduced to all these new kinds of people who are out there and who are moving to the area, and I want to be known as a go-to individual, person that is seen as a connector. And then the other thing that I would have a look at doing, depending on my appetites for hobbies and passions, I would have a look at maybe even joining like a volleyball team, a curling team, a softball team. I would have a look at doing something like that where I'm engaging with people that are social out there. This might be something that's useful to do with some coworkers, just so I can build a good relationship with them. We'll come back to the coworkers in a second. So, or in a few minutes. So then but for me, there's just the whole point of that one is just to be able to do something beyond going to work and then coming home. I want to be able to kind of shake it up a little bit. And a lot of times if I exercise, a lot of time I'm going to do that on my own. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm just going to do my own thing, kind of blinders on, headphones on. I'm just almost antisocial when I'm working out. And if you find somebody that you enjoy working out, then again, it's nice to have a wingman or a wingwoman. The next thing that I'm going to have a look at doing is networking at my own company. So if you're new if you work at a company, this is fantastic because there could be 50, 100, 200 people, 1,000 people that are there. And it's an opportunity for me to have a look at my calendar and start booking meetings. Like I would literally be talking to all my peers. I would get lunch with every single one of them, brown bag. I'd bring my own, PB&J sandwich. I'd be able to, save money on not going out to eat every single day. I'd probably only let myself go out to eat once a week, just because I want to be able to save money. Again, I'm new to a new city, and I want to be able to cash is king. So the more that I have, the better. That's going to be better, more advantageous for me to take advantage of different opportunities that might arise in the future. So by being able to be strategic here at my own company, by getting to know my peers, by getting to know people in other departments, I'd get to know my manager and then his or her counterparts at the organization, so that way I'm well known in the various managers groups. So that way, when different opportunities arise at different departments, I'm a go-to individual. So I want to start getting to know. And literally, seriously, like it would be 5 days a week. It'd be like a part-time gig when I get into the office, shooting out emails to like a ton of people, getting to know them. At the same time, I would be leveraging LinkedIn professionally, linking in with all the people that I work with, who I'm having lunch with, and then anybody that I'm meeting here at the local chamber, the Young Professionals, even in the my softball team. And then, so after 1 year, if I work 225 days in the year, that's Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, times that by 50 weeks, then, taking 2 weeks off, that is 250 days worked. So, that's going to give me a great opportunity to know a lot of people in the organization. If there's 100 people, that means every 6 months I should be sitting down with the same person. And that's going to help me just know their story, be professionally curious about how they got where they got, what they're doing in their different area of expertise. And that way you can start getting well known. In the community, by belonging to, I'm going to look at a nonprofit that I want to volunteer. So I'm a firm believer you don't just want to work and then go home. I'm a firm believer that you want to be able to give back to your community. And so for me, I would encourage you to find something that you really enjoy. So if you're down with animals, the Humane Society is a great organization. If you love children, Big Brothers Big Sisters is a great organization, a great mentoring organization. If you like finance and resources, then Junior Achievement's fantastic. Again, these are kind of in the U.S. scale. If you like the idea of the different missions of the United Way, they're a strong organization in a lot of communities. So this can be a huge opportunity for you to be able to not only be seen as a company person, a business person by getting out to the various networking events with young professionals, but then as you're engaging in a nonprofit or charitable organization, you're going to be seen as somebody that wants to leave a legacy, have an impact. And that's far more impactful in the long term than just being really well known for business. I think that really puts you on a different plane, especially if you're in your 20s and 30s. If you look at the average age of a board, it's typically in the 50s. So you're definitely going to bring down that age. You're going to, probably be seen as like the social media person. Even if all you do is use it for Facebook or for Instagram, you're probably going to be a lot more active than some of the people on the board. So this can really get you in that right limelight. At the same time, I would be leveraging I'd be leveraging social media. I'd be following hashtags on Facebook. So depending on the community that you get into, you might find some really good opportunities to meet with different various professionals through your Facebook groups or just through Facebook, Twitter, following the hashtag of like the city that you're in. Typically, that's on every single post, the local city that I'm in, I hashtag that one. And so then maybe once a week, I'll go through that hashtag and I'll look at various posts that people have put. If I like the sunset, I like the sunrise, I like the motivation, I like kind of what they're doing. If it's a cool business that I've never eaten at, I'm going to put it down on the list of places to go. I would encourage you that if you do go out to eat, go to your local establishments, your mom and pop cafes, your local dineries, instead of going to the chains, just because you're going to be able to then connect potentially just with the owner that's there, and that's going to be able to maybe put you in a good network with other like-minded individuals. If you're entrepreneurial, again, you don't have the luxury of being able to network in a corporation or within a company on a daily basis. But then I would be using that organization of like the chamber, young professionals, and I'd be reaching out and I'd make sure that every single lunch is filled with having meeting with somebody. And again, I would just tell them to just come to my office. Let's just talk and bring your own sack lunch and let's just just keep it casual. And so hopefully, Javier, that's helpful for you, and best of luck out there. Sure.